English. It's the first time we go so long
All
on the
right, let's
on the
go.
French part. Usually it's only half hour. So
Okay.
you're for one sure you can tell your friend that you are a good conversationalist.
Okay, great. That's good to know.
Yeah,
I
you can.
love talking about it, so I could talk about it all day.
Okay, that's a factor too. So you love talking about your job. You love your job, and
Yep.
it's your passion, and
Mhm.
you have uh, you have dedicated a part of your life to this cause of health and
Yeah.
fitness.
Yep. Yeah.
And you have decided to name your fitness part calisthenics.
Yeah, it's called onlinecalisthenics.com. Calisthenics is a generic term. It's a Greek name that
Okay,
means beautiful strength. So it's a
beautiful strength.
generic, yeah, it's a term that is used. It's like, yeah, it's like saying gymnastics, but it's another way of saying gymnastics.
Oh, okay, okay. So calisthenics is not a new word. So were people already teaching it?
So yes and no. It's been taught in the U.S. It was popular in the 50s, I believe. All the kids were doing that in high school or in school. Like basically climbing stuff, doing pull-ups and push-ups during the recess. That was the old school calisthenics,
Okay,
if you
okay.
will. And
Push
now
up,
there's a modern,
push,
yeah,
push up and climbing was called calisthenics.
yeah, yeah. It was like it was what people would do in school for physical exercise. And now
Okay.
there's a modern era of that, which is way more advanced and more diverse. But that's the same idea originally. It's using
Do
your
you teach
body
a
to be
lot of
healthy.
push-ups? Do you teach a lot of push-ups?
Yeah, I teach a lot of push-ups, a lot of pull-ups, a lot of everything else. You'll be surprised. There's so many. There's
Oh,
hundreds of
you do
movements.
you do all kinds. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
There's hundreds of different movements and variation, and I show people how to. If they can't do something, then I show them the progression, how to get to there. So there's
Okay.
always intermediate movements that we can do. It's like when we start to walk. When we're little, we
And
start
then
on all four.
yeah,
We start crawling, and
yeah.
then we start, wobbling up, and then we start to stand, and then we start walking. It's like that's exactly what I do. And
So if
fun part, just a fun quote. It's just when you're at the park working calisthenics, there's always some kids that walk by with their parents, or it's always happening,
yeah.
and they're always looking at you, and they always want to come and do it with you. Even
Oh,
little kids that are 2 years old, it's ingrained in their brain that they want to do that. And it's
oh,
really fun to watch because
yeah.
it's a great phenomenon to observe. Like it's intergenerational, right? It's like
Do you have a park next to your house?
yeah, yeah, I do. That's the beauty of LA. There's plenty of parks here, so it's great to be outside, and there's plenty of ways to do that. So
I
yeah,
heard since the lockdown, the air is cleaner in LA because less people are driving.
yeah, it's possible. It's actually yeah, it actually I live near the beach, so the air is always nice here.
Yeah.
But um, but yeah, the
So,
air is
so
quite
let's say
quite
you
clear
get
here.
out of your house. You get out of your house. How many blocks you have to walk to the beach?
I'm about a 10-minute bike ride, bicycle.
Oh, you go by bike. Okay.
Yeah,
So
bicycle ride.
which is
So
an exercise in itself.
yeah, it's a good warm up, like we were talking about. It's a good way to warm up, and then you get to the park, and you're already good to start.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's yeah,
So basically, you integrate physical movement, exercise for well-being, and also you also have an interest in nutrition.
yeah, absolutely. I teach people how to eat. As we're French, we love food, and I'm highly surprised sometimes here how people are disconnected with their foods, and they just follow along with whatever they have or whatever they were taught. And so I try to reach that and break that pattern and focus on good foods. The homemade stuff. I teach people how to cook. Uh, I have plenty of ebooks that talk about which foods are good and why they're good, how to cook them, some recipes and some planning, for the week, so that people have a clear understanding of how it could be or how it is to actually eat healthy and enjoy a lot of food. I eat dessert all the time. I tell people you don't have to be limited. It's
Yeah,
not a diet. It's
you
just
can have a dessert once in a while. Yeah.
yeah, it's not a diet. It's just a way of learning the proper way to enjoy food. It's just, it's really amazing that it's actually not hard at all. It's, there's, as long as you learn, it's
Because
very
we
doable.
we have a French pastry shop 2 blocks from my house,
Uh-huh.
and I heard that French pastries are full of butter. Is
Yeah,
that
they are.
is that not good for you to eat pastries once a day?
So I'm going to give you the complex answer here because, there would be the quick answer would be it's not good for you. The second answer is it depends. It depends what it is made of. So where do you buy it? Because a pastry here is different from a pastry there, right? It's like if you buy your pastry at Walmart, not going to be the same pastry that you buy at your local shop. So
No, I mean
because
some use margarine and some use butter, and depends.
that's what I mean. If you buy it at Walmart or the terrible place that processed everything, it's not going to be the same pastry as if you buy it in Paris at the nice bakery. So, seeing a baked good is not always the same. Just like water, it really depends where you get it, and then it depends how active you're going to be that day and when you eat it. So,
Okay,
eating a pastry in the morning for breakfast, if you're going to be
it's
active
okay.
after,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
okay.
it's completely fine.
Yeah.
But then if you eat a pain au chocolat at 10 p.m. at night and you eat four of them that are come in a box and that are completely the processed ones that you buy in plastic wraps,
Yeah, yeah,
and that's going to be terrible for you.
yeah.
So it's like it depends. It's all contextual basically. It really, but overall, don't overdo the pastry. Pace it out and get it at the local shop. It's gonna be and eat it in the morning, and then you're
Morning,
fine.
so you burn it during the day.
Exactly. It's like you got to be logical with how you're gonna do things.
That's
And
exactly
people
what
are,
I do. I have a pastry in the morning so that I'm
that's
okay.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And eat protein in the morning too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Eat
So
some protein.
you like a good breakfast then?
Yeah, I highly recommend a big breakfast. It's crucial to well-being. There's other ways to do it. It's not set in stone, but a big breakfast are a big life changer. And
Some people are not hungry until 11. I mean, they.
I know, but see, like again, that's not exactly what it is. Their cycles are like this, but you can change that cycle.
Oh
All
yeah.
it takes, all it takes is a few weeks, and it's just some people are set for 35 or 40, 50 years, and they think it's like that. But it's just they've been in that cycle and that wheel that we described. You can change that. I used to never eat breakfast when I used to be the busy guy in Paris, business, having to leave
No
at
time
7
to
a.m.
sit down. No time.
So I was never hungry in the morning. But when I started training again intensively and wanted to really get healthier, I started eating in the morning, and that changed
Really?
my whole yeah. It changed everything. So
Yeah,
it
but
really,
that's
really
because
can.
you had time to do it. Because people
No,
get up and they have
I
to go
made
take.
I made time to do it. That's different.
Oh, okay.
You
No,
make
because some people
you
rush to
make
work. They just
that
grab anything.
that's that's an excuse that I've heard hundreds of times, and that's because all they got to do is go to bed 10 minutes earlier, wake up 10 minutes earlier. That's all you got to do. It's
That's why
really,
Americans, the main meal for them is dinner because they have time to sit down.
I know, and it's terrible. It's terrible because they overeat at night, and they tend to just compensate for the lack of food during the day.
Yeah.
Then they store it at night because of course they're going to sleep. So you store it. You spend
And
none
you
of the
gain
energy.
weight. And you gain weight.
And yeah, yeah, it's inevitable. It's just a cycle, and it can last 30 years. So
Okay,
really,
so
you can reset yourself.
it should be the opposite. You eat before you burn it. And then
Yep, I
you
can send
eat.
you the video. I made a video on that explains everything about healthy eating, how it works, how to get started with it.
But
Of course, it is
the
on my
problem
YouTube
is the
channel.
lifestyle we have. If we have to be at work at 9 a.m. and we have to get the kids ready in the morning, take them to school, the eating becomes secondary or
And,
unimportant.
and that's the thing here. It doesn't have to be. It's just the way we see it. There's a way to organize yourself that can change that. So maybe you won't have time to sit down for an hour and eat breakfast, but you can still adapt to it. It's like you can. There's ways around this. I guarantee. It's not hard to do oatmeal in the morning. A bowl of oatmeal takes 5 minutes to make.
Oh, okay.
It's and it could be a great bowl of oatmeal. It could be very, very nutritious. It'll have all the vitamins, all the protein, all the carbs, and all the fats that you need. Everything is going to be in that one bowl,
Mhm.
and you just need 10 to 15 minutes to eat it, and that's what people should take anyways in the morning to wake up, right? It's like
At what
so.
point people you talking about oatmeal? At what point should people be worried in their life about cholesterol? Because after a certain age, let's say after 50, you build up fat around your arteries, and it's called cholesterol. So at
Yeah,
what?
so cholesterol is a tough question because there's still research ongoing on it, and basically cholesterol is not bad. It's like there's different sorts of cholesterol. There's the good one and the bad one.
Yeah,
But even the one that's called the bad one,
yeah.
apparently is not as evil as we think. So again, I would recommend not to worry about your cholesterol, just to worry about the food intake you get.
Okay.
Because if you get the natural foods and the proper amount of them,
Hmm.
it's most likely you will not develop a high cholesterol level. Your cholesterol is going to stay in
Good.
check.
Yeah,
It
because
really is.
after a
We're
certain
the,
age, the organs are lazy and they don't
yeah,
process the cholesterol as effectively as when you're 20.
absolutely. So that's why lifestyle is really the key here. It's not is the cholesterol good or bad. It's like what is my lifestyle and where do I get my cholesterol from?
Hmm.
So if you
Okay.
eat nice grass-fed butter, um, if you eat the good fats like coconut oil, if you eat olive oil, if you don't eat any of the processed stuff that is disgusting, for us, then your cholesterol is going to stay completely cool. It's going to be okay. It's going to regulate itself.
Yeah, that's good.
And and exercise, is really important as
So,
well.
so as a fitness and health guru, do you plan on ever, like once a year, you go for your annual checkup, right? If and the doctors say, as usual, I want you to do a blood test of all the basics. Do you do that?
I actually don't do checkups at all. So my dad is a doctor, and he told me just never go to the hospital or to the doctor if you don't need to.
Really?
Yeah.
But why do they recommend an annual checkup then?
Honestly, they don't. In France, they don't really do. Nobody does that in France. It's
Oh, it's
very
only
it's
an
an Amer-
American
it's an
concept?
it's and I believe that it's because I mean I'm not sure that this is the reason, but because the Medicare system is not as efficient. I mean, as accessible. Probably people are trying to just keep their stuff in check every year so that they know about it. In France, it's like if you have a problem, you can just go to the doctor, and it's not too expensive, and you have like social security, so it might be a reason for why in France it's not a habit. People just don't do that
Oh,
because it's
okay. No, it's
accessible if they need
mostly,
it.
they should not call it annual checkup. They should call it a preventive checkup because they give
Yeah,
you.
but it's so I understand why people do that, but the truth again, it's if your lifestyle, if you do all the right things that we're supposed to be doing, most likely you won't need a checkup because
Okay.
you will know. Like
Like,
I know people that are older here, like they're 60 years old, or
yeah.
whatever age they are, but they're doing the right thing. They feel amazing. So if you can move, if you can breathe, if you feel young, if you feel energized, if you feel you have no limitations really, besides the little problems that we all have in life, then most likely you're going to be okay. But again,
Okay.
I'm not saying people that do checkups, please go ahead and do it. But it's not something that I personally do
Okay.
because I take the preventive actions before that. I'm trying to
Okay.
really
Because,
live a lifestyle that was going to prevent me from going to get a checkup. If
yeah,
that makes sense.
but they say men after 50 they should get the colonoscopy to make sure they don't have.
Yeah, yes, yes. That's different. No, that's different. Colonoscopy and prostate checks. This is for men, a different thing, and then a mammography for women. Um,
Over a certain
after
age.
ovarian and mammography test
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
important, but
Yeah.
that's different. I'm just talking about the casual checkup, that people do,
Yeah, that
which
is
is
not necessary. Yeah.
you don't really need that. But I mean, if you want to have it, please, go ahead. But But then yes,
No, no, my
the
doctor told me do a colonoscopy. I didn't, and he told me do a blood test, and I didn't. I just went
so
as a tourist because there was nothing wrong with me.
that's good. That's good. But the colonoscopy and like we talked about, the other stuff is important to do because sometimes we can't know that these are things that take years to develop. So it's not necessarily easy
It's
to
good.
detect.
It's good. It's good to catch it early.
Yeah. So if colonoscopy, ovarian detection, test, mammography, and prostate checks, these are pretty good things to do around
After
50 years
50,
old.
50, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good
because
thing to do preventatively to just make sure that you're fine. It's like,
yeah, yeah. So there are some purposes, even though some people like me turn it down. Like for years, my doctor said do a mammography, and I don't want to.
yeah,
And
it's yeah, yeah, I understand. It's not fun to do, but yeah, you can do it just to double check. That's
yes,
worth it.
sure, yeah,
These
okay.
are things that we can't. We're not magical. We're not perfect. So even lifestyle, sometimes it's not. It doesn't guarantee that we. That's also the thing that's, and I'm digressing a little bit here.
Oh
Basically,
yeah,
the
yeah, that's
the,
true. That's true. It doesn't
the
prevent
reasoning,
100% of disease because
yeah,
we have
but
people
see,
who are
like,
vegetarian and get cancer anyway, right?
yeah, but so the key takeout here is that I get a lot of people, some lazier people that are like, oh, but um, you're not going to live to 120 years old anyways. I don't need that, blah blah blah. And it's not about that. It's about the quality of your life now. Basically, it's really about
Yeah.
you know how qualitative the life is on a daily basis, how
Oh,
you feel all the time. It's not to reach the 140 years old, or it's really to. So it's not perfect. That's what I it's not the perfect defense against everything, but it will most likely make 80% of it. You know what I mean? It's going to really help.
it's gonna
um,
help you stay healthy mentally and physically.
yeah, it's going to prolong most of the things, and even though you'll still have ups and downs and things to deal with, it's going to highly help the process eventually. So
And also it's hereditary because if you have parents that lived a long life, your chances of living a long life is also better than if you have parents who died early. Some
yeah, so I teach that too as well. So, as always, I could again, we could do a talk, another talk later, but that's fascinating fact as well. It's called epigenetics. I'm sure I
oh,
don't know.
epigenetics. Okay,
Yeah, so it's something that's been known for a minute now. I'd say 10, 15 years, but it's
okay,
starting to it's starting to
catch
they
up.
start
Yeah.
to make more research now, and it's fascinating. So I highly encourage you research epigenetics. Epigenetics, sorry.
Do you
So
think the future is with therapy with how do you call it, the
the
gene
CRISPR,
therapy, gene
CRISPR,
therapy?
that the
Uh,
CRISPR editing, the gene editing.
yeah. No, I mean,
I
people want to um,
Yeah, so like CRISPR, it's called CRISPR, is where they can edit genes, and you
okay.
can select your kids, you can select the eye, color. So unfortunately, I believe that this is going to become a thing, and I'm trying to fight against that. I'm not because I don't want people to get healed. So I hope that it's going to help people heal some disease, but
Okay.
I also almost sure that it's going to lead to excessive use of it. So people are going to start, choosing if they want a girl or a boy, if they want
Oh,
blue eye
that's
or green
that's
eye,
tying too far. That's going too
and
far.
I think it's going there. That's unfortunate, but I'm almost certain it's going to go there eventually because some people will make it available. There's going to be a market for it. Again, what should happen? It will happen, but so
It will
I'm
be for very rich people, I think.
yeah, yeah, no, of course it's going to start with that, but I'm saying it's going to. Unfortunately, I think we'll have to deal with this as well, but my point is, I hope people will understand that they can. We're in the power. We're the most amazing machine in the universe. The human
Yeah.
being is amazing, and
What is the science of using cells, young cells, to reproduce an old organ? What is it called?
Yeah,
Uh,
they grew organs to, yeah, like they take like a cell
yeah,
skin,
yeah,
a skin cell, sorry, and they can
yeah,
regrow other organs
yeah,
from that.
yeah.
Yeah, they can. I mean, that's gonna be, that's in the same
That's
realm, but
also in the future, right?
yeah, and that's actually kind of fascinating. That would be um, it- not as detrimental as choosing, the color
Oh
and
yeah,
the size of your baby.
that's
Basically,
silly.
that
That's
would be,
silly. That's silly. Yeah.
yeah. It's hopefully that won't happen yet or soon, but I'm um, I'm hoping that we don't have to come there. But just to finish on epigenetics, your genetic code
Hmm.
only matters for 15% of how you become,
Oh really? Oh.
and 85% of your becoming is based on your habits, how you express those genes.
Ah. Okay.
So
Okay.
it's not just your genetic code, it's how you express that genetic code that really matters more.
Mm.
So that's why people, when they say, "Oh, I'm like this, I'm like this." So yes, the hair of your collar or the color of your hair, you can't change it. The size, and there's things we can't change,
Mm.
or but there's millions of other things we can make evolve. That you can change over time, really. So if
Yeah.
someone is a little too big and when they're little or when they're younger, they can become leaner. That's completely fine. If they're not muscular, they can become muscular if they work on it. It's all, there's a lot
Yeah.
of physical and mental
Yeah. The
development
word just
that
came back to me. It's called stem cells. So you
yeah, stem
reproduce
cells.
healthy cells rather than reproduce old cells.
Yeah, yeah. The stem cell therapy thing is we'll see where it goes. But
It's
in the
big.
meantime, you can use your epigenetic power to express your current genes properly, so that they give it back to you in a way.
All right. All right.
It's
So basically, most people out there know what a healthy diet is: fruit and vegetables, and uh,
not really, actually. Not a lot of
no,
people know what it is.
no.
They think they know. They think
Oh,
they know,
oh,
but
okay.
they don't really know.
Well, when I tell people, because I sell health insurance too, and I say you have to eat a healthy diet, so they say, "Oh yeah, yeah, I know fruit and vegetables."
Yeah, that's what I mean. They think they know, so the industry has passed the idea over, but they only passed the idea.
Part
They
of it.
didn't actually they didn't actually promote the tangible actions and things that people need to be doing.
Oh, aside from eating right, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I mean that's just too generic, right? There's like, eat, like you said, there's no practical action that follows up, or if it does, then it's not long term. It's only going to be trial and error. It's just not going to be really efficient long term.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
what they need, a coach like you. And your name is Nicolas, right?
yeah,
Nicolas. What's your
yeah.
last name?
My name is Crequat, Crequat. So I never say my last name here because it's people can't say it. Crequat.
Krika. So
Mm-hmm.
people don't need to know your last name to find you.
Yeah,
You can just go online calisthenics and they find you.
yeah. Onlinecalisthenics.com. They'll find me, and yeah,
Your picture is on the
I'll help them out.
website.
Yeah, yeah. There's some pictures. Yeah, yeah.
So you're
There's
in
some
there.
pictures
You
there.
are the front and center of the website. Okay.
I have some affiliates as well. A few people abroad that help me doing what I do as well. But
Yeah.
other coaches. But yeah, I'm doing the essential part of it.
So you
Absolutely.
can they can even work with you online or work with you as a coach one on one. Is that the idea?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they have the platform for their own week, and then
If
once a week we get a full session like we are doing together right now,
okay.
um,
Okay.
every week, and then I give them all the feedback they need to know. They send me some videos of what they did during the week, and then I'm able to coach them really well. I've had amazing results actually
Yeah.
because it holds them accountable. They have no,
To, to keep good, doing good. Do they talk to you about any other topic besides physical health than physical? Do they ask about mental health sometimes, or do they ask?
yes,
They do. Oh,
yeah,
so you do touch on
all
that.
the time, all the time. Like I'm like a mental,
On
physical.
Mental.
life coach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, mental, physical, life coach, even business coach, really.
Oh,
Because yeah, I mean, because it's all related. I've used my fitness abilities in my own career, right? If I would go, I've had many meetings with executives, highly ranked executives of big brands, and uh, and they're all very weak humans. All of them very, very weak humans,
mm,
and they have being in shape and basically having a healthy life and a healthy body and mind. It already gave me an edge over these guys already. It's so the way I
you're an
would approach,
example. You're an example.
yeah, and the way we would approach any business problem or anything that was related to their own business.
Mm.
Um, I had a better overview and an approach that was more dynamic usually than them because they're stuck in their own case
So,
in a
so
way.
on your website, you don't sell ads. You don't have advertisers who promote their products.
No,
No,
nothing.
no.
I only have a shop. I have an online shop where
Oh,
select
you select the products. Okay.
I select the things that are actually good, and they're usually very cheap, very long term, and they're very efficient. They do a wonderful job
Okay.
on important things, So I cut
Things
the
that
bullshit.
things that you use yourself.
Yeah, and that are actually really efficient. Things that you can't really, that are good to buy basically because they're good products and they will really make a difference. But
Okay.
again, it's just to give you an example. There's products, I don't know if you heard about, and I don't want to hate, but there are things now that are on the market that are ridiculous. There's like the Peloton, there's the Magic Mirror. There's things that are thousands of dollars. It's like $5,000, and then you have to pay membership. People end up spending
Oh,
5 to 10K a year on these things,
oh my God.
and you can buy my entire shop for less than $600. Like there's like 15 products, and the entire thing is less than $600.
There's
And of
vitamins
course, you don't
there.
need.
You sell
Say
vitamins.
what?
You sell vitamins.
No, no, no vitamins, no vitamins. It's recovery products, things to massage or to
Oh, okay.
stretch,
Okay. Yeah.
and then exercise little tools.
Okay.
Uh,
Like an elastic.
thing,
Yeah.
yeah, like resistant bands or like the little pallets. It's like little handles that you can put on the floor to do some push-ups.
Yeah.
Um, Little things like that that will make a huge difference to your training. But they're
Yeah.
very cheap, really, to buy. I mean, and they'll last forever. They'll last for 15 years and 20 years. It's unbreakable. They
That's
buy it
good.
once and that's it. It's like you don't have to rebuy it ever.
Okay. Well, it's good to know that you have a membership website. It's month to month, I assume, or is it year to year?
So there's both. There's month to
Oh,
month. There's
or
yearly, and
or
there's the online coaching as well. The private sessions that we do like that.
okay.
It's a third.
Onlinecalisthenics.com with
Yeah,
your coach Nicolas.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah,
Thank you for
and
all you have taught us today. It was very
well,
eye-opening.
thanks
It
for
was very,
having me. It's
yeah.
great to have open ears. It's awesome to talk with people that are willing to hear it. It's awesome. So
Oh, yeah,
thanks
yeah.
for
But
taking the
it's
time.
very rare when I have a guest who can go for an hour and a half. But it looks like
Oh
you
yeah,
there's so much to
yeah,
talk about in that field, right? So thank you
yeah.
so much.
Absolutely.
You are an example of what you teach. You're healthy, you're happy, and you are open and communicate well. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thanks a lot for having me. I have a lot of free resources as well on the website, so please go get it. It's completely free. It will really work. Some ebooks and things to get started about the food and all we talked about. There's YouTube channel too. It's all free and it works. I guarantee. And
Oh,
then whoever wants to work with me in the future, happy to talk with them as well.
thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. It's beautiful here. So have a good day.
You too. Enjoy the day. Bye bye.
Thank you.